So today I want to speak to the weekend warriors that are out there. A lot of our content has been geared towards a professional detailer, but I've been receiving a lot of requests and a lot of posts about how to properly wash your car at home.
Washing the car.
So that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to walk you through my process for washing a car without a pressure washer, any kind of fancy chemical system like we have here at our shop. Now look, this video is for those of you who enjoy taking on a little extra work, or maybe some of your DIY projects around the house. Or maybe your wife's just in your butt about getting her car clean. You're someone who is looking for a repeatable process to keep your daily driver looking fresh without going through the automatic car wash or hiring somebody else to do it. Half the battle now is just collecting all the tools and all the chemicals needed. Once you have everything, it's gonna be a fairly easy process to keep your car washed on a regular basis. So we're gonna take you on a trip to our local auto parts store, and we're gonna show you everything that we recommend for you to get started. So guys, we have had a lot of questions about how do I do it myself, or how can I clean my car at home and be the weekend warrior? So we're at our local parts store here in town, who I've dealt with ever since I started, right? 32 years I've been with the same company. I'm here at my local Napa, and we're gonna go in and kind of show you what we would recommend and some of the tools that we already have at our shop. But we're gonna take you in, we're gonna get the things that are kind of necessities for you to use, and we're gonna give you a running tally on what that'll kind of cost. And then we're gonna get, everything that you're gonna need today. So let's go inside. What's up, fellas? Back already, as always. First thing we're gonna start working with is, what tools do I need? So for us, we always have a 2-bucket method. So you're gonna get 2 buckets. All right, and I told you I was gonna give you a running tally. So we're going to be, let me find my tools, my calculator. It's free and clear, so I have 2 buckets. So we're at $10.98 now. So we have 2 buckets. We have our grit guards. You need 1 grit guard in each bucket. This just helps protect your car, protect your investment, okay? You got 2 of those. Those are $9.49 a piece. So the grit guard, what happens is when you put your mitt inside the bucket and you've already washed the vehicle, whatever dust, dirt, debris, contaminant is on your mitt, you're gonna dunk it in the bucket, and that's actually gonna separate, because the dirt's heavy, it's gonna fall in the water. So it's gonna fall to the bottom of the bucket, and it's gonna keep the fresh water and the dirty water separated. And I'm terrible with the calculator, so you'll have to bear with me. So we have 2 grit guards, 2 buckets. Then we're gonna come in and see what kind of mitts they got, handheld. So it's really personal preference, right? We like to use the microfiber, the big one, so you're only gonna need 1 of those. We need us a good soft bristle tire brush. So $7.69 for the tire brush. Now let's see if they have any, yep, look here. This here is gonna be your little bug and tar sponge. We basically call it fishnet pantyhose over a sponge. These things are like $3 or $4, $3.19. That's gonna help you scrub bugs, contaminants on the bottom, any kind of hard spot's gonna get in between where the rear spoiler is, behind your door handles. Now that should be pretty close. Now you're gonna need you a chamois. So we got the absorber to gear up. Let's see. I always like the ones that hang, so I haven't seen an absorber in years. So you're gonna need you a good chamois or a drying towel. Actually, let's go with the drying towel. It's about the same price. Show you how to use that, because it's going to be pretty easily. So then you have $14.99. So drying towel. So as you can see, look, this can add up pretty quickly. But here's the good thing for you. You buy it one time, you take care of it. This is going to last you for many, many, many months, or maybe even years. It's $14.99. All right. So we're gonna go back through it. We have our 2 buckets, 2 grit guards, a tire brush, a wash mitt, and a bug scrubby sponge. So now we are ready. Now, if you guys wanna get real technical, you can get you some wheel woolies, you can get lug nut brushes, but just for your everyday common wash, we're gonna use the tools that we just saw. So now let's go and choose through the plethora of products that they have here. They actually have a big stock, which is amazing. So we're gonna go to something everybody's gonna see and know. We're gonna go to Meguiar's Deep Crystal Car Wash. Something good, something safe, something easy to use. Now that's $9.99. Then we're gonna need some kind of wheel and tire cleaner. Depends on, you know, what you have, how bad it is, how dirty it is. Oh yeah, this is heavy duty. This is actually going to be like Iron Eater and Iron X. I don't think we need nothing that heavy, right? So we're gonna go to Meguiar's wheel and tire cleaner. We're gonna do a 2-for-1. It's actually gonna be $8.99. This is wheel and tire. This is gonna clean your rims and clean your tires. So we have wheel and tire. And I think you guys, it's especially getting that time of year where you're gonna need something that's gonna clean the bugs off your vehicle. So we're gonna get some Bug Be Gone. This is actually made from sea foam. Yep. So that is, oh yeah, $8.99. That is not expensive. And again, these things are gonna last you an immense amount of time, right? Like you're not gonna have to keep going back and back and back and back. Oh, I saw something. We got a tire applicator here, $2.69. Another tool we need to put in the arsenal that we like to use. One that's actually gonna save you on product. It's not gonna spray and get all over the car, and you're not gonna have a lot of excess or sling on the vehicle. And then next we're gonna have some tire shine. Let's see what we've got down here to work with. So it looks like we're going back to Meguiar's again, and we're gonna use their Hot Shine Tire Shine. So we'll be spraying that on our applicator and putting it on the tires. And last but not least, the amazing, amazing glass cleaner. And we're gonna go for the old trusty of Spray Away. Been around for years. Spray Away, oh, it's not too bad either. And if you need to know, somewhere located in this video is going to be a how to clean your windows, a thorough guide on how to do that. So make sure that you click it, follow the link, and it'll show you exactly step by step what to use and how to do it. I think we're there. Now let's go back through and we're gonna make sure of everything we got. So we know we're gonna make sure that our numbers are right so we're not telling you a big fib. So this is gonna run you about $108 for your initial investment. Depending on how well and how versed you start out, you should get at minimum 5 vehicles out of your first investment. Then you may have to go back for your car wash, your all-purpose cleaner, your tire shine. Again, depends on how much you let leak out on the ground and how much you actually use yourself. But this is, 5 would be a great number to start with. In the description below, we're gonna have links for every one of these products so you can go and purchase them for yourself. So for you guys watching at home, today this is gonna be a how-to of how to wash my car. Now look, we have a 2 wash bucket method, but in the beginning you're gonna see we're just gonna use the 1 dedicated bucket from Napa. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and wash our wheels and tires. So again, this is my bucket for my rinse for the 2 bucket method for washing the car. Now we're gonna fill this bucket up and get ready to wash the wheels and tires. So it'll take this a moment to fill up. We've got our fresh bucket. We're making us a tire bucket. I always get all the rough edges off of the car to start with. So I'm gonna spray the rough areas, which are the rockers, the edge of the fenders, the bugs on the front, and I'm gonna get those clean before I actually wash the vehicle. Now, as you can see, I'm taking my Meguiar's car wash. Something simple and easy that you can use, right? Let's turn this thing off. If not, I'm afraid I'll be wearing it because of the wind. So now what we're gonna do is, look, you can be generous or not generous. Some people's going to just pour. Some people's gonna be very, very inexpensive, right? So there's 1, 2, there's 3 capfuls. Let's see what kind of suds that makes, because some people like no suds, some people like some, and some people like it like the dishwasher's overflowing. So let's kind of see what we're looking at. So we have it in, we've got it going. 3 capfuls is making a lot of suds and bubbles. This is gonna give us a little scrubbing action, a little scrubbing agent. And we'll let that sit there and fill up. I'm not gonna take my hands away from it because we'll be having a wet t-shirt contest. So we're gonna not do that today. So now I'm gonna get a little water on the car. This is gonna be able to allow us to transfer the dirt and the dust off. Not gonna allow it to dry in the sun. Now I'm gonna pick up this is my Seafoam bug cleaner. Spraying down the front. This is actually gonna help with my road rash areas, my bugs, any kind of contaminants. Look, it's paint safe, ceramic safe to be cleaning what needs to be cleaned. We got our Meguiar's wheel and tire. Oh, nice foaming nozzle, which means, ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
Means it's actually gonna not use nowhere near as much product. I always like to spray up in the fender wells too to try to loosen up some of the dirt. And look at how amazing this is working. It's already bringing the dirt out of the tire and off the tire. And I really like the foaming action. One, that putting air into the chemical, making it go further and last longer. So see, we're gonna spray this one and let it set for a moment. We're gonna jump up to the front. We're gonna grab our bug sponge. We're just gonna kind of rub over the front. The chemical is gonna knock the bug down. We're just gonna be knocking the rest of the bug off with our bug pad. Now we're on to the tire and the wheel. So you can see it's bleeding. It's pushing the dirt and the old tire shine off. Scrub that off. Always wash around the edge of my lip. Then I dunk to get my dirt and grit off that I've got from the tire and maybe from the lip edge. Then I'm gonna scrub my facing. I'm gonna make sure that I get all of my facing. Now I'm gonna get inside of all my spokes with my brush. Some people have woolies, some people use their bug pad, scrubby. It just kind of depends, right? I'm just gonna make sure I get it all with my brush. Now look, we have more things in the arsenal. We're just giving you a how-to today. There'll be more to come on more tools that are generalized for what we're doing. We're gonna actually rinse everything off. And again, guys, this is not for I'm in this to make my money. This is, I enjoy what I do and I wanna get out here and wash my own car on the weekend. Time is not of the essence. I just wanna learn how to do it right. As you can see, there's no wax on the vehicle, right? None at all. There may be some up here where we did a little buffing, but here there's nothing on the car. So this is actually gonna take away all of your wax whenever you spray the bug cleaner from Seafoam. Now we have the front clean. Now we're going to rinse our wheel and tire and fender well here. Okay. Nice. So now, for my road rash spots, I always like to spray it down, wash the heavily contaminated areas. This is just where everything kind of sticks and stays and lands. Woo, look inside there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Yes, so we're gonna give that a little bit of foam here, let her do her business. We're gonna go ahead and spray this tire. Okay. So now I've got my brush clean. I'm gonna take and run the edge of my rocker. I'm gonna run the edge of my door piece and the bottom, just knocking off the big dirt, okay? Same back here. Let's make sure we're not taking anything else, so we're gonna clean our brush and dip it. We're gonna run the bottom lip in a straight line just to get that off. Go ahead and run the edge. I'm gonna get inside here where the sun never shines, right? Hold this, because these things are very, very flimsy and can break. Some of those snap apart in 2 pieces. We're not really for sure. So we're gonna make sure that we're okay. Get our bug scrubby. We're getting all of the bugs off. So now we're going to rinse. We've got done what we need to be done here. We're getting all the little extra stuff to make sure that we have it very clean. Then when we go to washing with our mitt, we can basically just wash. There won't be any kind of scrubbing at all because we've already done the pre-scrubbing, right? As you can see, our gas tank door turned out pretty well. We can shut him. Now we can rinse. Okay. Now we will continue on the other side. And what I like to do as well, I've already got my brush. I've got the back end. Now the back end of your vehicle, truck, car, SUV, doesn't matter. The way the aerodynamics is kind of how the dirt blows up and sets on the car. So I'm gonna make sure I rinse good, then I'm gonna get ahead of the game. I'm actually gonna take my bug scrubby and I'm just gonna kind of wash over it to make sure there's nothing stuck. Oh, that's not good. If you do that, ladies and gentlemen, please put it inside your bucket, rinse it, and make sure you flip it to that other side. We did, so now we're gonna go back. Here, I'm gonna run my little edge line. Then I'm gonna rinse. Like I said, this is gonna get all the heavy contaminants off now, right? And I washed it very thoroughly, but I will still go over it one more time with my wash mitt when I'm finished. Again, just making sure. Just like if I had done the front, I'm gonna take my Bug Be Gone. That's just gonna help break up all the contaminants once again on the bottom. It's paint safe, not gonna hurt anything. Get this thing ready to scrub the stuff off. Okay, we've got it setting, and before anybody says it, it's nice to be short. I don't have to really a long way to go. I can just kind of bend at the knees a little bit. Now I'm gonna take my bug scrubby, get inside my mirror where all the bugs come through this aerodynamics and bounce off here like they're in a pinball machine. Sun's not out too bad today, so I'm probably just gonna put a little water on here. Actually, you know what, let's just rinse. It's going up in the fender well lip and edge, rinse out my dust and dirt that we can from here. So, as you saw, I was just going to break away from my pattern and go ahead and get the second wheel washed and then rinse it all, but there's a little bit of wind. It's over 60 degrees. We don't want the suds to dry to the car because then I have to go back and wash it again. Even though I'm gonna be washing it with my mitt, I just don't want the soap to dry. When the soap dries, it depends on how kind of protection you have on there. It does have to do with how hot it is too. Sometimes it can bake in there and you have to go back and wax it off. You can't just wipe it or wash it off. So you really want to get the sun away from it. The suds away from it, because the sun can actually bake it in there and do more damage than you just washing it. So I'm gonna make sure that it's all rinsed good, properly. And again, this is one of those things. Look, we want you to like, subscribe, share, comment. This is one way to do it in your driveway. It is not the professional way. It is just a good way for you to have fun and for somewhere to start. We'll get into the detail aspect of it later. There's more videos on how to wash your door jambs properly. There's videos on how to properly wash your wheels and tires inside and out with wheel woolies and brushes, and with my all-time favorite tool, the lug nut brush. So this is just for your entertainment, but it's also to help you if you kind of don't know where to start at the store buying your products, or if you don't even know where to start in washing your own car. It's just a helpful tool to say, oh, okay, now I got it. Now I got it. Now again, we're going to go ahead and wet the car. Ladies and gentlemen, I have saw something today that's going to be an added bonus for you for washing your car. But I'll show you that in a few moments. So now we've washed all the heavy stuff. We've got all the grit and the grime and the bugs off. Now it's time to wash the body. So there shouldn't be any kind of scrubbing. It should just be washing. So now we know that we're finished with those two tools. So I'm going to pour out the tools, pour out the old water. Then we're gonna rinse the bucket. So now we're gonna make sure there's no grit in the water, no dirt in the water, nothing in the water. So now we're making us a brand new fresh bucket to wash the vehicle in. You can see we have our bucket clean, we have fresh water in the bucket, we have a grit guard in there, there's no dirt in the bottom. Our mitt is clean. So we're gonna sit our mitt in. We're going back again to our 3 capfuls. So as you can see, I have my 2 buckets. And you say, why do I need 2 buckets? So look, you really don't need 2 buckets, but it's great if you have 2 buckets, right? So gonna throw this in, throw a few suds in. You can see there's no suds in this bucket. It's really a rinse bucket. So what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be dipping your mitt into the sudsy bucket. You're gonna be washing several panels on the car, and then you're gonna be dipping it into the fresh water bucket. What that's gonna do is just get rid of any kind of contaminant, dust, dirt, bug, leaf that may be on the wash mitt. I preferentially like to start on the very front fenders where I start, where I wash, I wax and all, but for the sake of the video, everyone likes to start from the top down, especially once you have all the contaminants off. So I'm actually gonna start at the driver's side window. I'm gonna clean the front glass, and then I'm gonna do my top. That way I'm making me kind of a circle around the top, okay? Once I make a circle around the top, I'll be doing the back and the top of the deck lid. And again, the wind's out, the sun's out. We don't want it to dry, so we're gonna be going in a pretty quick manner. It doesn't look too bad at the moment, so we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna wash my hood. Then we will rinse. Okay, now my rinse bucket. 2 rinsings going on. I have my bucket of my rinse water. See, I'm doing it like I used to wash clothes when I was a young man. None of you would know anything about that. I've got it clean and ready and fresh. Now I've put it back in my wash bucket. So I'm going to be rinsing the car down to take care of all the suds, dust, dirt, debris, things of that nature. Now turning back, look, I always hold the hose next to me as well. You don't want to be scratching the paint of your car, so you want to keep the hose away from your car as much as possible. Again, a good thing with this Meguiar's wash is it's not too soapy, so you're not going to be rinsing for the rest of your life, right? I've got about half it done. Flip it over, finish my panel. Again, you know we've already washed the mirror, we've washed all the edgings in the back. So now we have the front end. Now, we're rinsing again. We've got our rinse bucket. She's clean, she's back into the wash area. And as you can see, there's not a lot of suds on here, so it's not gonna dry super fast, correct? So now we have the car. We are rinsing it down very well. I like it where there's not a lot of suds. A lot of people like a lot of suds, I really don't. That's just more work to do and to get off. It's efficient with the suds that are in the bucket and that come with this wash, right? And if you remember, we already washed inside of our mirrors, we already washed inside of our handles, we've cleaned our bottom. So now we're really just rinsing free and clear, and look, we know we have it clean. So it's ready to go. You saw me wash the top, so now I'm going back to the back end, washing everything down. Washing my edge, flipping it over. Now I'm going back again. So now back to our mission, and you can see, soap's not drying and sticking. Things are very efficient. Things are fun today. I'll be right back. I got something I want to show you. So now, as you can see, we have properly and thoroughly washed our car at home. Again, this is a baseline for you to start. It's not all the ways you can do it, nor is it all the tools that you can use. There'll be more of those to come. This is going to give you a baseline of what to use, how to use it, why to use it, where to start. Now I'm going to take my drying towel. I'm going to dry this thing down, and I found a couple of spots on it that I'm sure that you're going to run into at home. So I'm going to give you a little extra bonus today on what to do to take care of it, so you don't feel like you're in a jam or a bind. So let's get the drying towel and dry it off. So I got my drying towel. It's clean.
Wiping her down, wiping her down, wiping it down, wiping it down.
And there you have it. Look, my towel is barely even damp. That's how good these towels are. So now, a lot of times you're outside, you're washing your car, you notice, oh my goodness, I have tree sap on there. What do I do to get it off without damaging it? Now look, this is not a pun on the industry, because we have some great products that'll take this off in the professional area, but for you guys that do it yourself at home, listen, hand sanitizer. This is alcohol. This is gonna actually neutralize the sap, the stickiness, the tar, and it's gonna take care of it. I want you to squirt a little bit on your towel. See, this is in a peculiar spot. If it's on a flat spot, we could spray it and let it sit, but as you can see, gravity falls, right? I'm gonna leave it on there, kind of just let it dwell on there for a moment. You can see, look here, I am not rubbing hard. I am very, very lightly rubbing and seeing what's going on with it. And it's starting to neutralize this thing. I'm gonna squirt a little more on there and put this into my pocket. Again, just barely rubbing, no damage, no scratching, no heavy rubbing, right? So now I'm spraying it directly on there again. Look, this is not gonna dry out the plastic. It's not gonna hurt or fade anything, right? Now you may have to go back over and polish a little bit, but it's your car, right? You're not damaging nobody's car. You're not hurting anything. And again, I'm just barely rubbing over this. And as you can see, she made her mark. She left a little bit of outline, but it's basically gone. We are to the point of shining the tires. So I have my little applicator. Look, this is gonna save you a lot of money. So now I have my spray. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to load it up in the beginning to see how far it goes, okay? You can see the wind's blowed our tires dry. This is gonna actually allow us to get it evenly on the tire. We're gonna rub it on the tire all the way around. Okay, number one. So now we've already have it wet, right? We have it damp. Look inside my applicator, what 5 of them do. See how deep that is in my foam? Now I know that it's saturated. So let's don't waste. 1, 2. So look at that. So I had 5 to start. Then I had 2. Then I had 1. Then I had 1. Then I had 1 to finish. So that's 5, 2, that's 7, 8, 9, 10 squirts. I need you to see how much product that I have used. So if that took me 1 car, how many cars is that gonna do in your driveway? That's safe, that's efficient, that's effective. And if you're wanting to clean your windows, somewhere here in the description is gonna be a link. It's gonna take you directly to a video on how to clean your windows and get them clean. As always, I hope this video helps you and I got you started on the right track towards your weekend warrior washing. Now look, we have a lot of more in-depth content already on the channel and a lot more in the works. Things like clay barring, polishing, waxing, and even ceramic coatings for you to do it yourself at the house. Everything is intended to teach you here on the channel so that you can be fully equipped to do whatever obstacles might come in your way on your detailing journey. Please leave this video a like if you find it helpful. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please be sure to put them out there. Put them down below, and I'll make sure to get back with you. And if you really liked it, place a like, a share, a subscribe, show your friends, because there's a lot more from where this came from.